degree. But today, and I know I'm teasing, I'm like, today I want to talk about this. And it's like, bitch, go. You've been prepping us for so long. Let's just go. When did I dye my hair? I don't know, a month ago. What's up, watcher? How are you doing? Everybody drop in the comments the color of the shirt you're wearing just to convince me to stop wearing all black all the time. I need some motivation in this house. Now, let's get into the tea. So I'm 24 years old, guys. I know people ask about my age often. I'm 24 and I've been living on my own ever since I was 18. I had a couple of step backs in my education process because of just like the TikTok I posted. I was addicted to fast validation and impressing my teachers, impressing my friends, impressing my parents, and that would lead me to make choices that were not mine. And I had to learn that the hard way. I feel like it was at university when I was in architecture and design, and I was looking around at my peers that were so inspired by the projects we were doing, and I just remember thinking, I'm feeling nothing about this, and I want to cry and I want to go home. Not literally, but I was not ready to fight for this. I was not ready to make it my mission, and I knew that if I was in a room full of people like my peers that were so passionate, I would be the one taking the L because I'm not ready to sacrifice myself for it. And I feel like one thing that we don't talk about enough is the fact that you have so many gifts. Like, it's delusional, it's crazy. And I will read the chat soon because you guys are just a blessing. But really, we have so many gifts, natural gifts, that we omit because we feel like we need to work to gain a sense of pride, a sense of worth. And that is beyond what I'm saying. It's also under capitalism and the societal structure that we're in, of course. But you get what I'm saying. We're so addicted to working to feel like we're worthy that we're skipping the gift that we have. And the way that you do one thing that you do really good, like dancing, like painting, like science, I don't know what it is, but the way that you do that one thing that has been blessed and you've been gifted with, nobody can recreate that. Nobody can have your sauce. But when you're working your way up to get a skill that is not yours naturally to begin, you will always be able to beat people with hard work. But let's be real, the goal is not to beat one another, it's to elevate yourself and to make meaningful connections. And so if we go with that premise, then it's useless to start comparing and to start thinking, I want to beat others, I want to be better than. There's always going to be that person with that thing as a gift that will be able to make something more special, more unique. And yeah, we talk about numbers. Yeah, we talk about money. Yeah, we're focused on that, mainly because it's social media. You feel like you've never fleshed out your gifts and you're lost. So do you know actually what your gifts are? That would be my first question. I feel like that's a great start. She's absolutely stunning. Thank you so much. I'm here, so first person. And if we're looking at our gifts for what they are, they don't have to be that special, nor do they have to be that unique or extremely hard to get. I feel like we have completely forgot that the way you are makes something special. I said it yesterday, but there's so many people that are doing the same thing as you're doing, and if it's not coming from the heart, people will always be able to outshine you, and we remain in that competition mindset when we're approaching things from that perspective. So that's number one. One thing that I've learned with time is that you can impress people, you can do hard things, you can learn a whole lot of skills, but you're gonna have to sleep at night thinking that's the life that I chose, you know? And of course, like I always say, there's way more levels to this when we talk about patriarchy, the way society is set up, capitalism, racism, privileges. There's so many levels to this shit, of course, but considering where you're at, looking at your options, being realistic with that, I feel like we often dismiss completely what we're talented and gifted with, and we go for the safe route, like playing safe. Do you guys feel that, or is it just me? She's back from her loop, but I cannot just like post a TikTok like the one I just posted and not go all in by letting you know truly that it comes from the heart. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. And the less validation you have growing up at home, the more you'll be prone to do these things and try to make yourself fit in especially prestigious, hard to get in positions in life, to then make people feel like, yo, they're actually worthy, they're actually good. But then you have to sleep at night with your own life, and people are not there to create your happiness for you. And validation is so short term that you can't just rely on that to really feel that fulfillment. Are you a light worker or from star seeds? You pick. What do you think I am? A light worker or from the star seeds? What's best? The best option. That's what I say. When people ask me, what's your favorite team between, both of these options? I'm like, the best. What is the best? I'm picking the best, because most of the time I just don't know. Thank you, Ice. I know I'm using like your usernames and stuff. It feels alienating, but thank you for the energy. Appreciate you so much. This conversation is good. So the thing is, when you have a community online, I have access to you and you have access to me. And we get to share the mistakes that we've made so that we don't repeat it. Yes, you can learn from experience. That's a well-known fact. But the problem with experience is that you get the lessons of that specific experience only once it's over. And then you can't apply the lessons of the specific experience to the one you just had. And since no two people are the same, no situations are the same, it's hard to truly learn from experience continuously as a first way to discover yourself. You don't have to go through hard things all the time. And I feel like this is a message I wish I've heard when I was younger. Appreciate you so much. I can tell you're not a native English speaker. I can tell that I'm not a native English speaker too, but I'm trying my best. Thank you for being here. What is my mission? My mission is to, it has changed with time. So first of all, my mission was to make it through school. I used to hate high school and I didn't have dreams or any sense of goals growing up. I actually did not really want to be a part of life as a thing. I didn't understand how society worked. I remember asking my mother when I was like 4 years old, 5 years old, like, who is the president? Why is there like somebody who's higher? Why is there countries? I don't get it. Can you enlighten me? And she was like, that's how it works. And I used to feel super depressed because I felt powerless. The world is so big and, you feel tiny in it. You feel like you can't change things the way you would want and all of that. So my first mission in life was to survive day by day. I was like and thank you for the roses, appreciate you. I was like a day by day person up until I started focusing on my talents, and I gave myself a chance at not appearing successful to my family and not appearing successful to the people that I knew, especially in routes that were not pushed. Back then, I'm 24, guys, but back then being a doctor, being a lawyer, and being a dentist were kind of like the routes to go. And if you were not one of these three, or an engineer, whatever, you were not worthy of I'm coming from a Russian background, so you got to understand. There's, of course, variables to this. But yeah, to me, feeling like I'm an artist, I like to do fitness and all these things. It was a challenging thing to do because I didn't dream of being a trainer in a school. I didn't dream of training in a gym. I didn't dream of doing art because I was thinking, I'm gonna die broke if I do art. Like I'm just gonna die broke, and I want to take care of my family. I want to And that's the thing. When you come from nothing, it feels like, to me, my mission, and I've recently realized that, so it's so funny you're asking, but it's to be able to provide for somebody one day the way I wish I would have been provided for. And that person has to be me first. And once I master that, I can then move on to bigger things collectively. Because for me, making a difference comes from resources, being able to put my money where my mouth is. So why am I doing these fucking hand gestures? But for that, you know, I got to make sure that I have a healthy relationship with myself, that I'm educated enough, and that I have the time to read about not just my life experience as, you know, the role that I have in society and the privileges that I have in society, but from like a wider perspective, what is truly happening. And my mission as of now, I'm still kind of like in